Welcome dear student for HSC online lecture initiative taken by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. I am Miss Ragini Singh, Assistant Lecturer of Biology, and today we are continuing with our chapter Enhancement in Food Production, and today's topic is Microbes in Human Welfare. Before I start, please be seated with your notebook, pen, pencil so that you can jot down important points. Let's recall what we studied in the last module. You are supposed to classify the following fishes into saltwater and freshwater fishes. These are the names of the few fishes, and you please classify them into saltwater and freshwater fishes. The freshwater fishes consist of rohu, katla, mrigala, whereas marine water fishes consist of Bombay duck, sardine, mackerel and pomfret. All this name of the fishes we studied in the last module with respect to their images. Let's proceed with the today's module. Microbes in food preparation. See, it's always been said that the microbes are causing or they are responsible for the disadvantages or the disease, but it is not so. There are many microbes which are actually involved in the food preparation. If you take a simple example of curd, the conversion of milk to curd is caused by lactoacidus bacillus, that is due to the microorganism. The very first thing that we are going to study in the microbes in food preparation is with respect to the dosa, dhokla and idli. Now, which are the bacteria that is responsible? Please remember the name of the bacteria, that is Leuconostoc streptococcus. This is the Leuconostoc and this is the Streptococcus. Leuconostoc and Streptococcus. These two are the species of bacteria which is responsible for the fermentation process. And what happens during the fermentation process? The carbon dioxide produced during fermentation, it causes the dough to become puffy. That is, the puffing of the dough is because of the carbon dioxide entrapped, and that is because of the two organisms, and the name of the bacteria is Leuconostoc and Streptococcus. And why it is called Streptococcus? Coccus, that is cocci, which means circular, and strepto means it is in a chain like structure. Microbes as the source of food. The single cell protein that we already studied in the reproduction in plants, it consists of the dead and dried cells of microbes like bacteria, algae, molds and yeast. This is the single cell protein and this is called as the truffles. Now, what is the importance of this single cell protein? They are the fruiting bodies and are sugar free, fat free, but rich in proteins, vitamins, minerals and amino acids. The food in the fruiting body is very low caloried, and that's the reason the demand of the mushrooms has been increased a lot, because it is a good source of proteins and a less supply of the unwanted fats. Single cell protein, as we discussed earlier also, there is a tablet of this SCP called as spirulina, which gives you all essential source of the vitamins, minerals and proteins. Dairy products. The one common example that stands is the curd and yogurt. Lactic acid bacteria, that is LAB, like lactobacillus, are added to the milk. It ferments the lactose sugar, that is a natural sugar of the milk, into lactic acid. That's why when you taste curd, it is bit sour in taste, and if you keep it for the long term for the fermentation, it turns to be very much sour. This is lactic acid bacteria, lactobacillus, because the word bacillus means rod shape. If you observe this picture, this is a traditional drink made by the South Indian by the fermentation of the sap. Now, what is sap? The sap is nothing but it is the water with added minerals, and this fermentation was possible by the bacteria. And with the help of this sap itself, there were jaggery and other sweet dishes which was prepared. Your next is curd. Indian curd is prepared by inoculating the milk with Lactobacillus acidophilus. It also checks the growth of disease-causing microorganism. This is Lactobacillus acidophilus. Why the word bacillus? Because they are odd shaped. And why acidophilus? Because they produce lactic acid. This is the curd. You just inoculate 1 tablespoon of curd into the milk, which should not be very hot, lukewarm milk, and then the conversion will take place. Yogurt. Now what is yogurt? It is produced by curdling milk with the help of Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaris. Difference between yogurt and curd is with respect to the microorganisms involved. This is Streptococcus thermophilus. The word thermophilus has been given because they can withstand high temperature, and this is Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Always remember, whenever there will be the word bacillus, it means it is going to be the rod shape, and whenever there is a word coccus, it means it is going to be the circular shape. So in this picture you can see the organisms are circular, whereas in this you can see the organisms are rod shaped. Buttermilk, that we call it as chas. The acidulated liquid left after churning of butter from curd is called buttermilk. This is also the product of the fermentation because it is obtained from the curd. It's very important from your health point of view also. Cheese. So our next topic is the cheese. There are different types of the cheese which is actually produced because of fungus. We know that the fungus always grows on something which is decaying, and the cheese is the product of the decaying substance. This is Roquefort cheese, which is produced by the blue-green mold called as Penicillium roqueforti. Remember, this is a Roquefort cheese which is produced by blue-green mold called as Penicillium roqueforti. Your next type of cheese is Camembert cheese. This is Camembert cheese which is produced by Camemberti. This is Penicillium camemberti. Cheese are always produced with respect to fungus itself. Your next type of cheese is Swiss cheese. This is the same cheese that you are seeing in the video below, that is in the image below, and that we have already seen in this Tom and Jerry network, that is in the cartoon. If you see this Swiss cheese, it is comparatively very different from the other cheese. You will see a lot of small holes in this cheese, and they are produced due to the production of large amount of carbon dioxide by a bacterium known as Propionibacterium shermani. The name of the organism is Propionibacterium shermani. This is a bacterium. It was stated that cheese is produced by the fungus, but please make a note over here. This cheese is produced by a bacterium and the name is P. shermani, an exceptional to the production of the cheese with respect to the fungus. And that's the reason the Swiss cheese consists of many holes in it. Roles of microbes in industrial production. Whenever you talk about the role of microorganism in industrial production, it reminds of alcohol production. So production of alcoholic beverages, that is wine, beer, etc. And it is produced by the yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Other varieties is ellipsoideus. This is the cerevisiae, also called as yeast, and this is ellipsoideus, and they are commonly called as brewer's yeast. Keep this point in your mind. This is called as the brewer's yeast. Why they are used for the alcoholic production? Because the yeast is anaerobic in condition. It does not require the supply of oxygen, and since it is anaerobic in condition, its byproduct is ethanol, that is C2H5OH, and even carbon dioxide is also released, which is the production in the anaerobic respiration. Next is tubular tower fermenter. If you see in this image, this is a tubular tower fermenter where the production of alcohol takes place. From here there is an outlet for the removal of alcohol. This is the fermenter. This is the heat exchanger pump which will maintain the temperature variation, and this here inside it involves the yeast movement. This is the tubular tower fermenter, and in this tubular tower fermenter, what is the scene? The alcohol production takes place in two ways. One is the batch production, another is the continuous production. Production of organic acids. The organic acids include citric acid, gluconic acid, fumaric acid, acetic acid, that is vinegar, and the organisms are Aspergillus niger for citric acid, gluconic acid again it is Aspergillus niger, for fumaric acid it is Rhizopus aureus, and for acetic acid, that is vinegar, Acetobacter aceti. So these are the name of the organic acid and the organisms that are producing it. Production of vitamins, that is the vital amines. Now vitamins are classified into two types. One is the fat soluble vitamins, another is the water soluble vitamins. Now when you talk about the fat soluble vitamins, the fat soluble vitamins include vitamin A, D, E and K because they are easily solubilized in fat. Whereas when you talk about the water soluble, it consists of vitamin B and C. Remember, fat soluble A, D, E, K and water soluble B and C. And these vitamins are also produced with respect to the microorganisms. These are the source of the vitamins and the organism that is producing it. Vitamin B2, the name of the organism is Neurospora gossypi and Erythrothecium ashby. Vitamin B12, it is Pseudomonas denitrificans, and vitamin C is Aspergillus niger. So these are the important vitamins and the organisms that are producing it. Vitamins, although required in a very trace quantity, but it is very important from our health point of view. I hope all these things were very clear to you, because it's now the time for you all to test your brain. You can see the question, you can pause the video, write down the answer and then check your answer. Your very first question is, why does fermented food becomes puffy? Because of the presence of carbon dioxide. Name the fat soluble vitamin. Vitamin A, D, E and K. Name the source of bacterium used in the production of Swiss cheese, and that is Propionibacterium shermani. I hope you have got the answers very correct. Now please take down your assignment. Many microbes are used at home during preparation of food items. Comment on such useful one with examples. And second is, milk start to coagulate when lactic acid bacteria is added to warm milk as a starter. Mention any other two benefits of lactic acid bacteria. You can refer 12th standard textbook for writing this answer. Please make sure you write down the answer in a proper note and in the caption format, underlining the important words. I hope this module was very helpful to you all. Thank you for attending this module. We'll again come back with the next module of the same chapter. Thank you.